Hello and welcome to African News on Voice of the People Television. I am David Edwin. We begin the news in Ghana, where the Ghana Health Service has launched its emergency preparedness and response capacity building initiative for the African Volunteers Health Corps in HO Volta region. This new initiative aims to train 55 multidisciplinary teams to respond swiftly to public health emergencies within 24 to 48 hours, both locally and internationally. Participants in the program include experts from national, regional, and district levels, each bringing their unique skills and experiences in public health emergency management. The initiative focuses on ensuring safety before, during, and after emergencies or natural disasters. Still in Ghana, Ghana Parliament has passed the Shippers Authority Bill 2024 into law following its third reading on Monday, July the 29th, 2024. The new law aims to regulate commercial activities of shippers and addresses unfair charges at Ghana's sea, airports, and land borders. The legislation introduces transparency in port fees, promotes accountability, and positions Ghana as a preferred transit trade channel for neighboring landlocked countries. It empowers the Ghana Shippers Authority to adapt to industry trends, protect shippers' interests, and ensure fair pricing. The Committee on Roads and Transportation's report highlighted the bill's importance in regulating the shipping and logistics sector, guaranteeing fair pricing and encouraging local firm participation. Transport Minister Kwafu Ofori-Asiama expressed satisfaction with the bill's passage, noting its potential to enhance the Ghana's Shippers Authority's effectiveness. Well, still in Ghana, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has commissioned the Phase 2 expansion project of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, UHAS, a significant development for Ghana's healthcare sector. Reflecting on the project's journey, President Akufo-Addo recalled that the sword-cutting ceremony for Phase 2 on September the 10th, 2021. He highlighted the need for further infrastructural development at the University of Health and Allied Sciences and acknowledged the collaborative efforts that secured $60 million in funding from the Chinese government involving the Ministers for Education and Finance, UHA's management, and former Vice Chancellor Professor John Owusu Gyapong. President Akufo-Addo expressed gratitude to the President, government, and people of China for their support, as well as the outgoing Chinese ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Lu Kun, and his predecessor, the late ambassador, Her Excellency Sun Bahong. He also recognized the contribution of the contractors Nantong Xinjiang Construction Group and Ghana's former ambassador to China, Ambassador Edward Boateng. The commissioning of the Phase 2 expansion project marks a significant milestone in the University of Health and Allied Sciences journey towards becoming a premier institution for health education and research in Ghana and beyond. Moving on to Mali, dozens of Wagner machineries were killed in northern Mali over the weekend in a large-scale ambush by jihadists and rebels, marking one of the most significant blows to the Russian group in years. At least 2 machineries were taken captive, according to analyst Wasim Nar from the Sofan Center. Approximately 50 Wagner fighters were killed when their convoy was ambushed by Al-Qaeda and Tuareg rebels near the Algerian border. Wagner confirmed the deaths of some of its fighters and Malian troops, but did not specify numbers. Al-Qaeda claimed the attack was to avenge the massacres in Mali. This incident highlights the challenges faced by Wagner as it extends its influence in West Africa, replacing French troops and international peacekeepers in the region. You're watching Africa News on Voice of the People TV. More stories after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Ministers of Foreign Affairs from Rwanda and DR Congo are set to meet in Angola today for a high-level consultation on the diplomatic tensions between the two countries. A Rwandan delegation led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Olivia Ndunghongere, arrived in Luanda, Angola this morning. This meeting follows a recent agreement by the foreign ministers of the two countries to convene under the Luandan process during an East African Community meeting in Zanzibar, Tanzania. The aim is to address security issues that have heightened diplomatic tensions. This will be the second meeting in Angola for the Rwandan and Congolese foreign ministers regarding the conflicts in eastern DR Congo. The first meeting took place in March. Angola's President Leo Loureco is mediating between Rwanda and DR Congo under the African Union-backed Luanda process initiated in mid-2022 to mend diplomatic relations affected by the conflict in North Kivu province, where a government-led coalition is fighting the M23 rebels. DR Congo accuses Rwanda of supporting the rebels, a claim Rwanda denies. Conversely, Rwanda accuses the Congolese armed forces of integrating the FDLR, a UN-sanctioned militia linked to the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. And then in South Sudan, the South Sudan's People's Defense Force has reassured Juba residents to remain calm following the deployment of an additional military forces in the capital. Major General Lua Kwang, SSPDF spokesman, emphasized that the heightened security measures are to ensure a peaceful Martyrs' Day commemoration on July the 30th. General Kwang clarified that the increased military visibility, including more checkpoints and patrol, is a precautionary measure to maintain order during the celebrations. He noted that large screens have been set up at entertainment centers for public viewing of the Olympic Games, aiming to prevent any unruly behavior. The reassurance comes amid public concerns and a notice from a group urging traders to close their businesses starting Monday. Well, meanwhile, South Africa has expressed support for South Sudan's initiative to mediate a ceasefire among Sudan's warring factions. President Cyril Ramaphosa and South Sudan's President Salva Kiir have pledged to collaborate in efforts to restore peace and stability in Sudan. The initiative has gained urgency as regional and international bodies, including the United States, Saudi Arabia, and the African Union, seek to mediate the conflict. South Sudan's Foreign Affairs Minister, Ramadan Mohammed Abdallah Gok, highlighted the critical role Sudan plays in regional geopolitics, impacting the Horn of Africa, North Africa, the Sahel, and the Arabian Gulf. As ceasefire talks are scheduled to commence in Switzerland on August 14, 2024, the international community, led by the U.S., aims to establish a cessation of violence and ensure humanitarian access. The negotiations will involve key stakeholders, including the African Union, Egypt, the UAE, and the United Nations. In a significant gesture marking 25 years on the throne, Moroccan King Mohammed VI pardoned several jailed critics, including prominent journalists and activists. Among those released was journalist Omar Radi, who had been serving a 6-year sentence on charges of espionage and rape, which he denied. Emerging from Tiflet prison, Radi expressed hope for a new beginning, emphasizing a move towards a more inclusive state. Also released was journalist Taufik Bouacheri, previously sentenced to 15 years of rape and human trafficking. Human Rights Watch had criticized such trials as repressive tactics against dissent. Others pardoned individuals included journalist Sulaimani Raswani and blogger Saida Alami, signaling a potential shift towards greater freedom and democracy in Morocco. Still in Morocco, in a significant policy shift, France has officially recognized Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara. President Emmanuel Macron conveyed the new stance in a letter to King Mohammed VI, describing Morocco's 2007 autonomy plan for the region as the only basis for resolving the conflict. This move undermines the Algeria-backed Polisario Front, which has long advocated for the independence of Western Sahara. Macron affirmed that France would maintain this position both nationally and internationally, aligning with a growing number of countries that support Morocco's claim. Meanwhile, President Sida of Turkmenistan extended his heartfelt congratulations to King Mohammed VI of Morocco on the occasion of the Day of Ascension to the throne. In his message, President Mazzafeli wished the Moroccan monarch good health and happiness while expressing hopes for continued peace, progress, and prosperity for the people of Morocco. You're still watching the Africa News on Voice of the People TV. More stories in business and sports after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now to some business stories. South Africa's largest supermarket group, Shoprite, reported a 12% increase in total merchandise sales for the full year, driven by new store openings and robust performance across its store brands. The retailer's total sales from continuing operations rose to 240.7 billion rand, that's about $13 billion, with like-for-like sales growth at 6.3%. Shoprite core business, Supermarkets South Africa, saw a 12.3% sales increase, contributing significantly to the group's revenue. Notably, the Checkers 6060 online grocery delivery business experienced a remarkable 58.1% growth. Shoprite, which operates in 9 African countries, expanded its footprint by opening 292 stores, including a new format stores specializing in categories like pet supplies, baby products, and clothing. These diversification strategies aims to capture a greater share of the retail market and meet the evolving needs of consumers. And now to some sporting stories. African athletes are marking and making a strong impression at the Paris Olympics 2024 with several medals win and impressive performances. South Africa has already taken home a total of 4 medals, including a gold and 3 bronze. The continent is poised to break a new record, aiming to surpass 50 medals for the first time in Olympic history. A talented group of African athletes is leading the charge, including Kenya's Faith Kipyegon in athletics, Botswana's Letseli Teboko in athletics, and Eritrea's Binyam Gimba in cycling. Other notable African athletes making waves at the Olympics include Nigeria's Blessing Oborodudu in freestyle wrestling, Burkina Faso's Hugues Fabrice Zango in athletics, and Morocco's Fatima Zahra El Mamoun in breaking. African athletes are also shining bright with a strong contingent competing in various events and making their mark on the world stage as the Olympic continues. All eyes are on the African talented athletes as they strive for glory and make their continent proud. And with that, we've come to the end of the African news on Voice of the People TV. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are at Voice of the People TV, and on all other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. Thank you so very much for being here. Coming up shortly is Health Check with Fina Okechukwu. I am David Edwin. Do have a good afternoon.